Interesting. Trump protest planned for April 5th. Some black folk are saying, we're going to sit this one out. Here it is.
1 million people are going to march in the United States on April 5th. 1 million people.
Sit your black ass down.
Now, black people, on April 5th, I have about 10 things that I need y'all to be doing. Let's start with it. Number 1, I need y'all to go to the beach and mop up the water. Yes, I do.
Sit your black ass down.
Number 2, I need y'all to open up your coffee seeds and count how many y'all have, okay? And let me know the number.
Sit your black ass down.
Number 3, I need y'all to go to Costco's. Go into the candy aisle. Get jelly beans and tell me how many it is. I need that, yeah.
Sit your black ass down.
Because we not marching at all.
All right, not the sentiment of everyone, but the sentiment of quite a few, enough to highlight for sure. So according to The Root, okay, in the 2024 election, 57% of white people voted to elect current President Donald Trump a second time. Now, it seems they are having buyer's remorse and are preparing to get information to let the White House know how they feel about the president they voted for. So Indivisible, Move On, and the Human Rights Campaign, these are all allies, okay, are among those groups working together to organize a national day of action on April 5th to protest what President Donald Trump and co-president Elon Musk are doing in the country, and the Republican members of Congress who are sitting by watching and not doing a damn thing. But as they try to mobilize people to show up in big numbers at the state capitals and congressional offices to make their voices heard, many black people on TikTok are warning in the most hilarious way to stay home. In a new viral trend, some black people are hearing the call of their ancestors telling them, quote, sit your black ass down, as you heard in the mantra. Meanwhile, on top of all of this, you have folks online asking where is former VP Harris, saying that she should speak out against Trump. This is a political dynamic, but I want to make sure that I allow their opinions to be heard. Here it is.
Did you see all them folks up here asking about where Kamala Harris at? Why they all of a sudden looking for Kamala? Where was they at in November?
I've been seeing this thing like, where's Kamala at? Where Kamala at? Why are you worried about it? Why are you worried about where she at? When she was here, y'all didn't want her here. Like, this is getting on my nerves. I have never seen y'all care so much about what a vice president did. Did any of y'all check on Mitt Romney when he lost? Did any of y'all go check on what's old buddy John McCain when he lost? Did any of you? Did you even care? No, you didn't. At the end of the day, mind your business. It don't matter where she at. Y'all didn't want her here.
So let's say you apply to a job. You interview, you make it to the last round of that job. It's you and one other person. You don't get chosen for that job. Do you then hang out around that job, still see if maybe there's something available, still talk about that job, ask if you can volunteer? Oh no, you're moved on to the next thing. That's what Kamala Harris is doing. She's resting. She didn't get the job. She told y'all all of the things that are currently happening were going to happen. Nobody believed her. And now I see all of these people on my For You page, mainly white men, which is interesting, asking, where is Kamala Harris? Kamala Harris is minding her business, as she should be.
I tuned into Bernie's Fight the Oligarchy tour. Great speech. Awesome. He is not saying anything that Kamala Harris didn't say on the campaign trail. Like, yes, he's saying the word oligarchy out loud, but like Kamala Harris said fascism. Kamala Harris said wannabe dictator. Kamala Harris mentioned the billionaire class that Donald Trump was wanting to give tax cuts to, and not the working class people that she was trying to focus on. Like, I am glad that people are energized by Bernie, but it really just is like, why the did you need an old ass white man to say that while we were actively under duress? Why couldn't you listen to a black woman trying to tell you that an active threat was right there?
Did you see that the majority of black people voted for this woman, stood together just to say that Democrats are out of touch with the working class? Are black people not the working class?
I made the charge yesterday that Kamala Harris was more progressive, if not equally as progressive as Bernie Sanders when she was a sitting senator. And a lot of Bernie bros and fans got up in their so you just want me to pretend that her voting record in the Senate doesn't exist?
Everything that was used to bash Kamala Harris, we're not using the same criteria for Trump, for Bernie Sanders, for Gavin Newsom, all these people that we're putting her up against. The criteria is just not, it's just never the same.
Yeah. Yep, I knew this would happen eventually. Didn't think it would be so damn quick. I mean, Trump has ruined America in record time. It feels like he's already been there for 4 years. He just got back at the White House. Okay. The comparisons are relevant. They are. There are nuances of bias that are hyper-aggressive and some are unknown to the person doing it. This is a great point of reflection and an opportunity for correction. Kamala Harris, the former VP, I do hope she is considering in the future continuing to push the envelope for political power to go back to the left. I hope so. But we have to stop looking for a savior. Okay? The salvation of progressive policies will not be codified in one human being. It never is. There is no political leader in the history of America who has set the moral compass for the nation. It has always been those who did not have political office, your Dr. Kings of the world, the Malcolm X's of the world, etc. This goes on and on. So the real power has always been with the people, and those closest to the people are able to transform the narrative of the nation. And so I simply want us to get out of the leader to leader comparison when the real issue is us, because we're the ones that the leaders permeate from. All right? That's why I'm at with the Richey thoughts.
Well, there was a lot of different things that were covered in that. First of all, before we get to April 5th, we need to get to April 1st, which right. is the special elections in Florida, congressional districts, 1st and 6th district. I want to see if y'all with this protest energy had that same energy to talk to your brethren and sister and your old ass aunties and grandmas and mamas and peepaws and tell them to protect their Social Security and vote Democrat on those two elections. Also, Elon Musk is trying to buy the Wisconsin special election on April 1st. Louisiana has 4 constitutional amendments on the ballot in March 29th. So everybody wants to talk about protests. Everybody wants to talk about there and performing. They want the Democrats to perform. They want to get out there and perform and wave their posters and wear their pink hats and stuff. Get your ass out and vote. When we have the election results, then that will tell you if it's even worth it. Because if all we're going to do is yell and scream and perform and not get to the heart of things, which is we need electoral power in the local, state, and federal level, then we just out here hollering at each other. We're not moving the needle. So that's that in terms of that. I think if people do want to protest, more power to you, but people should absolutely look into resources like the ACLU and make sure that you are prepared for these protests, because we're in a different era now. The Donald Trump era is no more First Amendment, okay? Right. And we don't know what people have up their sleeves. We saw an executive order today come out with basically Donald Trump trying to take over DC. So be careful and be diligent and be safe. That's the first and foremost part. Now, as far as Vice President Kamala Harris, I don't think it's a Kamala Harris thing. Democratic leaders have a tendency to fall back and show deference to the incumbent and the next incoming administration. We saw that happen with President Obama. We saw that where pretty much, the leaders of the past, they don't tend to get involved in what the Republicans are doing. Republicans do not have that same energy. And so absolutely, Vice President Kamala Harris fought a valiant fight. She told us what would happen. She could just tweet every single day, I told you so, I told you so, I told you so, and that would probably be enough. But she did her job. So she has no obligation to now come and save the day when y'all couldn't even get out and vote and save her and save the country at the same time. With that being said, if she wants a political future, it would behoove her to just be a little bit more visible. I think we can admit that for political calculus, just self-preservation purposes, it would be nice to not have to defend her not saying nothing. Okay. So I'm just give a little inch, just dip your toe in. That's it. Just come out, Hillary Clinton said, but her emails every now and again, just give us a little something. That would not hurt. But then the last thing that I will say is nothing that any particular Democratic political leader will appease people, because what people really want to hear is they want to hear that they can sit at home and not vote. They can sit up there and play their purity politics. They can have their red lines, allow the Republicans to get a trifecta majority in the House, overtake the Senate, win the White House, when Donald Trump has packed the Supreme Court 6-3, and not have to live under a Trump, MAGA, Elon Musk, Doge agenda. They cannot tell you that, because what happens is, though, to the winner goes the spoils. And unfortunately, the spoils is America, and they spoiling shit in record time. So nobody's gonna be able to tell you what you want to hear, because elections have consequences, period. So to your point, Dr. Richey, the power now has to come from the people. We do not have the privilege to wait until January 2027 to get a new Congress. And if we can even understand that assignment, we need to be mobilizing and putting pressure right now on the Republicans in all these states and at the federal level to change course. They are not completely united. We can do something. We have to make it uncomfortable, whether that's what we're doing with boycotts, whether that's what we're doing in terms of making calls, 5 calls a day, or whether that's what we're doing, showing up at the ballot box, flipping some seats, making them pull back Elise Stefanik's nomination, and protest. And let's have an all of the above approach instead of just yelling at Democrats, telling them what you want to do.
Yeah, that's right. And all politics is local, as we say. We got to get some wins, got to get some W's under the belt. And it should not be difficult in the midst of everyone around you, if not you yourself, losing your jobs, losing your opportunity to retire, or even Medicare, Medicaid, affordable. All of this is being taken away. When Schumer said he wanted to avoid a government shutdown, damn it, Schumer, it's already shutting down. It's already shutting down.